Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. It's a brand new week and today I've got a brand new build, and that is the next one in the James Bond collection from Agora Models. We have got the Citroen 2CV. Now I know people are saying, is that a Bond car? Believe me, this Bond car had probably more screen time than most of the others apart from the DB5. It's Roger Moore's favourite car as well. As a matter of fact, there's so many facts about this car. What I'm going to do throughout this build, I'm going to have little facts pop up on the screen here. And as you can see, we've got the first one here. We'll have that throughout this build. I think that should be quite a fun thing to do. I do have pack one here. All the instructions for this are online and they're also available on the Agora Models website where you can order it. And that's in the video description here. We've got the QR code here as well. Now, I don't know what's actually in this pack. We're going to find that out together. So without further ado, let's get cracking. I love new build day. Let's check this out. So, first time I've seen this, you just saw me break the seal. And here we go. Now, once again, Agora Models, they're actually putting everything in these paper bags now. I'm very, very conscious of the environment. And you do have this box here, which is reversible. And I'm going to show you what that looks like now. So all I can do is just flatten the box out and just turn it around the other way. Obviously, for shipping and stuff, you don't really want it this way round. But this is good to make the thumbnail and have this in place. And it's been like this through all the other James Bond builds that we've done. We've done the DB5 No Time to Die, the GoldenEye DB5 and the Lotus Esprit. So this is now the fourth one from Agora Models. And there you go. That's how that looks. And now check this out. This is going to be pretty impressive. We've got a pack here which says screws. Are we getting all the screws before the build starts on here? Oh my God, look, check this out. We are. Look, all the screws that we need for this build are already provided. I think, apart from some of the full-scale builds that we've done, this is one of the firsts for this. This is amazing. Look at this. So I'm going to sort all of these out into the ones that end in P, which are going into plastic, the ones that end in M, which are going into metal. Now, you know, if you look on the back here, I've laid them all out. I actually prefer that. I wish all builds were like this, that we have the screws up front. I actually prefer that, you know. I'm going to get myself a pillbox just like this for all of those screws. I think it's going to quicken the build up as well. Yeah, I really wish all builds were like this. So here is stage one, all the branding on this, and this is going to be the bonnet. So let's have a look how that looks. Wow. Okay, really heavy, obviously all metal. We've got little washer jet already installed in there for us, and we also have the catch which is already installed in there for us as well. So that's looking just like that. Now we do have this border on here which again has already been put inside for us. Don't think we have to do anything in stage one actually. Let me just have a look. No, that's all been done. Okay, let's put that to one side and move to stage two. Okay, so let's go on to stage two, looking like this. And as you can see here, we've got our first tyre and wheel rim. Now, once again, this tyre is hard as rock. We're going to need to make this a bit softer so we can get this rim in here. And to do that, I need to put this in some hot water. So you see here, I've got boiling water. Now, if you've got a cutting mat like mine, always make sure you put a cloth down. Otherwise, it's going to play havoc with your cutting mat. It will give it a rippled effect. You don't want that. And you're not going to be able to get that out. So put it on a cloth just like this. And I'm going to be putting that in there. This is boiling water. It's going to need to sit in there for about 30 seconds. Something I am going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look at the treads. Just to make sure if there's a different way I need to put this. Now I can put this rim in anyway. So that's 30 seconds up, and as you can see, that's nice and soft now. Put that to one side. As a matter of fact, let's just put the bowl to one side so I don't get my cutting mat wet. And I'm just going to bang out all the water that was in this, and then it's just a case of pushing this in here. And as you can see, this goes in lovely and easy now. Just like that. We want to make sure that the tyre is lovely and smooth on that side. Do the same on the other side, and there we go. Simple as that. Now with that done, that's all there is to do in that stage. We do have this massive metal arm spare and this spare for another stage. So stage 3, a lot more to do in this stage. As you can see, they have provided a screwdriver. I am going to be using my own screwdrivers here, which is a PH0 screwdriver, just like what this is. It's just easier for me to hold on my hand, especially because I'm nursing an injury at the moment, as you can see. So what we've got here is the first part of the transmission, looking just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting this filter into place just on here like that. It goes in this way, so it's pointing off in that direction. We're going to want to hold it in from one side, so this will be the first time I open a pack. These are going to need BP screws. Actually, it needs one BP screw to get this in. There you go, and that's in like that. Now we've got the brake calipers here. Check out the detail on here. So the pipes have already been installed for us. We've got these little springs in the middle here. And look, this is able to move. This has already been attached for us, which is excellent. A whole part already been created. It's this one I want first, because if I have this pipe coming out from the left-hand side, I want these to be facing towards me. So for that reason, I've got this now. I'm going to be putting this into place just on the side of the gearbox here. Now they're going to be held in with two different kinds of screws. We're going to need a BP screw first that we just used, and that's going to be going into this side here. Now don't fully tighten the screws, just put them in just to hold that in place at the moment. And then next to it I've got a CP screw to put in, which is just going into the left side just there. Again, I haven't made that tight at the moment. Now we've got these two little axles here with the brake discs on them. So these, doesn't matter which one we use, are actually going to be going inside this caliper here. So it's actually going to be going in like this, and that's the reason why we wanted it loose, so I can actually push it into the hole just there. Once again, I want to get another CP screw out here, and I'm going to be holding this in with a CP screw just into this side here. And I'm now in a position, if I get my bigger screwdriver, which is a PH1, I'm going to tighten these screws at the top now. Now you're going into plastic, so don't over tighten them, just enough to keep that rigid in there. Perfect, put that to one side. We're going to be doing exactly the same thing on this side. So once again, this is going to be going in here like that. Turn it over, and it's held in with the BP and CP screws. So BP screws this side, again I'm not tightening that up, just enough to hold that in, and then a CP screw that side, just holding it in so I can get this under here and into place, and then that's going to be held in with a CP screw just through here, and then tighten everything up. Now I am at a dilemma. Do I do this build and have it all finished and looking pristine, and then smash it up like it is in the film? I don't know. I'm going to think about that over these next 12 stages. But there you go. So that's what they should look like when they're in place. Okay, now we've got this little detail here to go in now, which is actually going to be going into this point just at the top here. So I need a BP screw at the ready, and just so you know, it's going to go in this way like this. So I'll get this in from the other side through the hole here. We're now in a position that we can actually piece both of these parts together. Make sure we don't trap any of the wires. So this is going to go together like this. That's looking good. And this will be the first time we're using the BM screws. So I need two of these. And I'm going into metal, so what I do is I dip these in oil. This is the oil I'm using. I've got it in an acetone dispenser. That's what these are calling, if you want to see these on Amazon. They're in my Amazon store as well. Now the reason I put them in oil is because it's going to make putting these screws in a lot easier. So as you can see, I've got 2 screw holes here to put these in. So one this side, and make that nice and tight, and then one just here. I never normally bring my oil pot over here, so as you can see, I've got a little bit of oil from the bottom on my workstation, which I'm just going to quickly get rid of now. But that's how that's looking. So next part we've got looks just like this, which is actually going to be going just on the end of the gearbox there. And that's going to be held in with an AM screw. So again, we are going into metal, and we'll just screw that in there. Don't know if I can get that a little bit tighter. Perfect. And then finally we've got this part here to put over the top, which is actually just going to be going on here like this. And I'm going to hold this in with an AP screw. We just want to ensure that the pipe that's coming off of this is towards the end of the gearbox assembly. This is actually going into plastic, so it's held in with an AP screw. Just through the top there. And that's going to keep that into place. Perfect. So that's how that looks. That's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 4, we have got the grille and license plate. We've got lots of letters here to put on by the look of it. So I think the first thing we're going to do is put the grille on. This is what the grille looks like. Bring over the bonnet, and this is going to go onto the front of the bonnet into the shape you can just see there. That fits comfortably on there. We're actually holding it in from the other side with 4 DP screws. These screws have got a little flange on them, as you can see. Now they're going in from the back. So let's get all 4 of these in. I've just noticed that they've gave us some tweezers as well. So we've got some tweezers if you don't own a pair. There's some here. There we go. That's the last screw just going in there. So the good news here is you get 2 license plates. If you want it to look like the movie, you can use this one here. If you want to make your own license plate, as you can see, you've got a blank one here, and that is what all of these letters are for. So I can make one that says, I don't know, Wayne 1 or something like that. So these are on a sticker sheet here. So if I wanted to do Wayne 1, let me peel these off. We can do that now. I've got no idea how this is going to look. There you go. I've made my own registration plate. I am gonna not use that though. I am going to be using the movie plate here, so this is just going to be going onto the bottom of this section just like this, and this is held in once again with 2 DP screws. I know I should have actually put Wayne 007, shouldn't I? I don't know. I suppose you could just soak that in hot water and they'll peel off easy, so you can do it again. But they are stickers, they're not decals, so you can just it's a one-hit wonder. Once they're on though, you're not getting them off. That's why I said you're going to probably need to soak them. Okay, that's how that looks. And with that done, that's all there is to do in that stage. And the last stage of this pack, this is where the detail is going to come into its own. We're going to start doing one of the seats. As you can see now, it's already been created for us, which is pretty good. Now in these bags here, if I just open this up, you're going to love this. We've got some little hooks that look like this, quite a few of them. And the reason we've got them is because in this bag here, we've got some elastic bands. So the way we do this, and I'm going to need to put on my magnifying glasses now, is grab one of these hooks and put a band inside it. Hold the band tight like that, because we're going to be putting this into the seat, which is going to be going on this side. So if the seat's this side, this is going to be going in here to hook over one side of the seat. And then I'm going to need another one to go in the other side. And then if you don't hold the hook, hold the elastic so that I can pull it like this at an angle, so I'll be able to hook this into there like that, and that'll be the first, if I straighten that out, spring in place. Now I'm going to do that for all of the rest of these. This is going to take a while So let's speed this up. You know, I have one of those brain farts where you see the picture one way, but it's actually meant to be the other way. Basically, the springs go behind this cloth. I was putting them in front because the way the orientation is of the picture, it's hard to tell in the picture what way is front and which way is back, which is crazy. So, but that is how it's meant to look with the springs behind the cloth. Now that is also all there is to do in that pack. So I will keep these spare. It looks like I've got 3 spare there. And I've got some of these clips. So I'm going to keep them spare there. It is funny, at the end of these videos you can see I've got a line on my head. That's where I've been wearing my magnifying glasses. But you know what? For what I thought was going to be an easy build today, that was actually quite tricky. Looking really, really good though. Another Bond car has started, for your eyes only, the Citroen 2CV. Now if you want to get this for yourself, once again, there's a link in the video description and you've also got that QR code on the screen. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.